Yeah, I mean, we're here at the biggest like nerd event in the world.
Right? Isn't this crazy?
It's crazy. And I'm here with Will Wight, who is the author of the Cradle series. What is it like for you bringing all of this to life for animation?
Oh, it's so surreal. I can't describe it because it's something I just made up, right? Like, this is something that I just wrote ideas in a notepad, and then now I'm seeing them brought to life by professional animators and voice actors that are so amazing. And I'm seeing this, and it's becoming real in my face on the screen. And that is just, it's something I never even really imagined.
From your brain when you're writing this and then seeing it on the screen, what changed or adapted, maybe surprises in animation that you maybe didn't think about?
Oh, sure. One of the things that really hit me as I was taking my own scenes from the books and adapting them into the screenplay was how much time you have in a novel that you don't have in a screenplay. So there's a lot of room for nuance, and there's room for scenes that don't do as much as maybe they could. But in a screenplay, you got to be quick. Yeah.
What are you excited about for audience to see with Cradle?
I can't wait for them to see the middle of book one, which is where the main character dies and is like brought back to life. And that's something that I think is a big turning point in how people read the series and what you think the setting is capable of. And I can't wait for people to see that just come to life.
Thank you so much. Hi, Nick with Temple of Geek.
Hey, Nick.
And I'm here with Jay Oliva, the series director of Cradle. First off, what drew you to this project?
I think what drew me the most is the fact that it's martial arts fantasy. I guess it's called a progression, where you have a character who starts from zero and then ends up becoming the most powerful being in the universe. That to me was really cool. And the fact that it's not just fantasy, it has a sci-fi element as well, which I wasn't expecting when I was reading the books, and then suddenly here's a sci-fi element. So to me, that was what I thought was, this is interesting. I haven't done this before. Now I've done a lot of action. I've done a lot of martial arts. I've done a lot of things in my past movies, but this is one of those things I can kind of combine all the things that I love as a kid, watching the old martial arts films, the Shaw Brothers and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and Jet Li films and Jackie Chan films, and just combine it all into one.
How did you approach the martial arts for this project, for Cradle?
Well, I mean, of course, I try to, in all of my projects, Batman and whatnot, I always try to ground it into real martial arts. So I'll find some things from different characters. For different characters, like, this character might be using Jeet Kune Do, this one's using Wushu or whatever. And I will kind of put that in there into the choreography.
And what are you excited for people to see with Cradle? I mean, it's been so hidden so far. Like, what do you hope the audience gets from this?
The thing that I think the fans will love is the fact that I'm adapting something that, is beloved and that only people have read. So in their mind, they're seeing the best version of it. So now they're going to see kind of the J. Oliva filter through Will Wight kind of version of it. And this is what you're going to see is kind of the things that what I loved about this project. And again, the animation style is, I wanted to make it look like a 90s classic style from like Escaflowne and Record of Lodoss War. That's kind of art style that I kind of went with. And but at the same time, we do some crazy like live action camera work and everything. So that's kind of what I think the fans will be most happy about. And also we put together a stellar cast.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm Nick with Temple of Geek. First off, I'm here with the legend Phil Lamarr. I know. Yeah. I mean, you're walking the path. So
I didn't write Cradle.
Well, I'm also a huge Star Wars fan. So you've been just kind of an iconic person through all sorts of both Star Wars and other titles. What has it been like for you having this kind of iconic career as a voice actor and actor?
I've been lucky to work with iconic, legendary creators. That's why you use those words at me.
I mean, that's true. That's true. So what can you tell us about your character and Cradle?
Well, I don't want to give out any spoilers, but Cyrus is a patriarch of his clan. And he's not necessarily a nice guy, but he is a man of power.
As far as finding a voice for a character like this, what did you look for in this kind of booming character?
You work together with Jay and Will, with the material. It's like I read it and think, ooh, this is what I think this guy would sound like. But then you also, hear from the animators, well, this is what he's going to look like, and that adds it too. So you put those things together, all collaborate to create that character.
Finally, what are you hopeful for people to see and get excited for this project?
I want everybody to be able to, well, not just the people who have read these stories, but even the people who haven't, everybody gets to see them now.
Thank you so much. Hi, Nick with
Hi.
Temple of Geek. First off, could you tell us your name and who you play in Cradle?
My name is Morla Gorandona, and I voice Elder Whisperer.
So, what can you tell about this big fantasy book series coming into this? What can you tell us about your character and what you're portraying in this?
What I loved about the development of the voice of this character, who is this big dragon, but also wolf and like canine type creature, spirit, elder. I loved voicing. What I loved about coming up with the voice was finding all these different levels of something very like ghost-like and something very canine-like all at the same time. And that was a really exciting journey to go on to find that one.
That's amazing. I mean, just that idea of that kind of fantastical, like, kind of creature. Well, actually, how do you find that in a creature like that? What is it that you search for?
Well, I started with like learning how to do actual canine sounds. So growls and howls and barks and snarls and I love to do creature work. So that was a fun, great place for me to start. And then adding elements of ethereal but also powerful and booming and subtle and we all kind of came up with, I showed up with something and everyone had a little refining, and it was everyone kind of had an idea about what it was, and we just all shaped it together. It was so fun.
And finally, what are you excited for people to see with this project?
You know, the story itself is it's powerful for sure, but it's really like I read a lot of bedtime stories to my son, and so but this one is like unlike anything that we've read before. It has elements of different things, but this one it's singular. It's singularly special, and so much so that I'm reading it to my son. That's our bedtime story now.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm Nick with Temple of Geek. Could you give us your full name and who you play in Cradle?
Yes, my name is Maxine Phoenix, and I am playing Yaren.
Is there anything you could actually tell us about your character? I know like there's a lot of like things that are hidden, but
Yaren is, I would say, incredibly feisty. She is a little bit hardened to the world because she's lost almost all of her loved ones, but she still retains a sense of hope. I think she lets it out through her humor and through the way she mentors our lead, Lyndon, throughout the series.
So you're at like the biggest nerd event in the world, like promoting a project. What does it feel like to be here and to be an actress and part of this, the talent of this event?
It feels very surreal. I used to work these types of events. I did marketing many years ago for Disney, and I would come, never to San Diego, so this is my first time, and I'm so
My
happy.
first time too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congrats to both of us.
Thank you.
But yeah, I used to be on the other side of it, working booths, taking photos, setting up. So it's very surreal, and I feel very, very grateful to be here as an actor and, to have made it to this point and to be working with such an amazing group of people.
And what are you excited about for people to see with Cradle? What are you hoping for?
The writing is so good. It's such a gift as an actor. It's incredible. It just flows, and it's really funny and dark. It has that perfect combination, and the animation looks so good. I'm really hoping that you guys get to see a little bit of it because it's just beautiful. It's very like kind of old school anime feeling, and it's gorgeous.
And to see yourself, your
Yes.
character
Oh my
on there,
God.
and to hear yourself like that
Yeah.
must be a dream.
It is a dream. When I went in to record the audio, they showed me a little bit of the mock-up of the character, and I was just floored. I was like, oh my God, it's even more beautiful than I imagined. And I feel such a connection to her, so it's really fun to be a part of it.
That's fantastic. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much.